Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie and today I'm going to be doing a full face of makeup using LA Girl makeup products, and some of them will be first impressions, some of them will be my sort of products I've used before from LA Girl, so it's a mixture of new products and some products I've already used before to create a full face of LA Girl makeup look. I hope you like this video, and if you do like it, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And let's get started with the tutorial. Hey guys, so to begin with, on a clean face, we're going to start the LA Girl full face first impressions and LA Girl makeup look. So using LA Girl Pro Prep High Definition Smoothing Face Primer to begin with, and it looks like this, and this is £6 and you can get it from either LA Girl website or you can also get it on Beauty Bay. So this is a nice primer for smoothing out the face. So it looks like this. It's like a clear primer. It reminds me, it looks like it will be similar to Pore Professional, so it will reduce pores and shine. So it looks like it will be a mattifying one. So like I said, some of these products are my first time using them, but all of the products are LA Girl products, and some of them are my first time using and some are ones that I've used before, because I did first of all start off with the LA Girl concealer and really loved it, and then I did a first impressions on their foundations, which I'll link both of those videos below, anyone who wants to see those. And then I thought actually I really would like to do a full face tutorial on everything from LA Girl because I was really impressed, and also it's an affordable brand, so you can do a full face for not that much money, which I think is always a good thing when especially coming up to Christmas and you might want to be spending some money buying Christmas gifts but also want to buy yourself some new makeup. It's an affordable brand and you can give it a go. So now that we've prepped the face, so I'll just tell you how that feels. It feels very sort of silky smooth, and it feels like it has mattified a little bit on my skin, which is good for my oily T-zone. If you had very dry skin, I feel like you wouldn't really like this primer, but if you've got normal to combination or oily skin, then it feels really good. So for foundation, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Long Wear Illuminating Foundation, and it looks like this, and I'm in shade Porcelain, and this comes in lots and lots of shades, so whether you're fair, tanned or got dark skin, then this will be a foundation that you'll be able to find a shade for you, which is really good. So this retails for £9, and again you can get this on Beauty Bay or on the LA Girl website, and it comes with a nice little pump. And I did do a full first impressions on this foundation, so I will link that below so that you guys can watch an in-depth first impressions, as I have done a whole video on what I think of this foundation. So I'm just taking that with my finger and then I'm basically painting it on my skin, keeping it quite in the center of the face so that we're getting most coverage in the center, and then we will blend this out. So with a dampened Real Technique brush, not brush, sorry guys, sponge, or you could use your Beauty Blender or any other blending sponges. We're just going to tap this out into the skin, and I do recommend using a dampened sponge because this foundation works a lot better with a sponge rather than a kabuki brush, or that was just what I found anyway. So guys, for concealer I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal HD High Definition Concealer, and I'm in shade Porcelain again because I'm so fair. Anyone who's seen my top favourite affordable concealers video, you will know that I absolutely love this concealer, and I will link that video below, which gives a bit more in-depth information about all my favourite affordable concealers, but this was up there. It's got a lovely little brush, and this retails for £5, and you can get it in Beauty Bay online or also on the LA Girl website. So I'm just going to paint this under my eyes, and like I said, some of these products that I'm using today are for the first time, and then others I've been using regularly before. Mainly the LA Girl concealer was my first LA Girl product to get, and that has actually inspired this video because I was so impressed with it that I was just like, actually let's see what a full face would look like with LA Girl products. And then we'll take that down the center of the nose, little bit on the chin, and a little bit through the eyebrows just to balance everything out. So to blend that out, I'm going to use my Real Technique dampened sponge, and we will just tap left to right and then back on itself so that we are equally blending. So guys, now for contour, I'm going to use the Pro Conceal HD Definition Concealer, and I'm going to use it in a darker shade. I'm going to use shade Almond, and I have used this product before for concealing, not for concealing, sorry guys, for contouring, because this is a concealer, so if you have darker skin than myself, you could use this as a concealer, but as I'm so fair, I'm going to use this as a contour shade. So I'm just bringing it along the side where I would normally contour. So I'm just doing tapping motions up on the temples, along the top of the forehead. And you don't need lots of this product at all for contouring. And then we will just bring that down the other side of the face on the cheek. So just giving a little bit more chisel. And then I'll take a little bit on the jaw, just so that we give a little bit of sharpness along that area. And we will take a little bit on the nose so that we are doing a tiny little bit of contour. So to blend that out, the contour colour, I'm going to use the dampened sponge again and just tap that and tap 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 as much as you physically possible until it's blended out, so that it's just looking like a nice contour and giving you a little bit more chiseled and definition in the face. So guys, to set the under eye area, I'm going to use LA Girl Pro Powder High Definition Setting Powder in shade Translucent. And this was, I think, around £6 for this translucent powder. And I'm just going to put a little bit out. So it's this very white translucent powder. And again, I like to set my under eyes with a different powder than I use in the rest of my face, because I like the under eye to be light and set with more whitey light powder. So this is the first time I'm using this powder. It is very, from looking at it, it's a very, very fine mill translucent powder. It's like super, super lightweight. So I'm just tapping that on, and I'm going to apply that with my tapered highlighter Sigma F35 brush. This powder, it's got like a funny, not like a bad smell, but it's got a funny, it like smells different than my other translucent powders. It's super fine. I feel like when you had it on, it's like easy to inhale it because it is super, super fine grained, like milled. Yeah, it's like sort of easy to breathe it in because it's so fine, it sort of like just floats in the air. So I'm just tapping that to set that concealer so that it won't crease and it won't move. So my first impression of this powder is it's really, really fine. So I'm used to a little bit more of a chunky translucent powder, but I don't think it's a bad thing that it's really fine, apart from it does go in the air a little bit and then slightly coughing a little bit more than I normally would. So to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Face HD Definition Matte Press Powder, and I'm in shade Classic Ivory, and it looks like this. So you get like a little mirror bit here and a sponge. So I'm not going to use the sponge, but that's nice that you get that. And I think this was £6 as well. And this comes in different shades so that if you've got different skin tones, you can find one that suits you. So I'm going to take a Sephora Pro 91 brush, and I'm going to just do my first impression of this because this is a new product and I haven't used this. So I'm just going to put that on the rest of the face. That's a good colour match for me, because when you buy online it's always like a little bit of a risk of like, will this actually match my face? But they did give good descriptions on Beauty Bay website for shades, which I do love that when they give good descriptions, like Sephora and Beauty Bay are good at actually describing the shades. So I'm just applying this powder to anywhere that I didn't use the translucent powder. I'm liking this powder a lot. It looks really nice on the skin. It's sort of warmed up the face a little bit and given like a little bit of coverage as well, and it works well with the Pro Coverage Foundation. It's set that lovely. So like I said, the Pro Foundation is a little bit illuminating, so it's a little bit dewy, but once you set the whole face, if you don't like a dewy finish, just set that foundation and then you will look matte. And if you want to keep dewy finish, then miss out this stage. So guys, for bronzing now, I'm going to use the LA Girl Blush Collection Glow Palette, and this is in GBL571 Glow because they come in different shades. So I went for this shade. It comes with a mirror, which is nice. Not that I would really use a mirror that skinny. And this is £7, and you get 2 blushes and a bronzer and then a highlight. And I picked this based on, I like the shades of the blush and the bronzer looked a good shade for my fair skin. But if you are more tan than myself, you probably want to go for one of the darker ones. So I'm going to take a Morphe E2 brush and I'm going to take that bronzing shade and just get lots of that product on, tapping it. It is quite, the palettes are quite close together, so it means that with my big brush, you need to be careful not to pick up the other products. So let's see how this goes on. This is first impressions for trying this to see how this looks on the skin. So let's see how this bronzer goes on. So I'm just going to put the bronzer on the cheeks, sort of where I put that contour. We're just building upon with a little bit of bronzer. So far, that's a nice shade. It's like, it's not glittery, which I like. It's a matte bronzer, which are my favourites. Especially in winter, I don't really want a glittery bronzer. It's a nice shade for my fair skin. It gives a bit of warmth and it's not too, it's basically quite a neutral undertone, so it's not like too red undertone and it's not too orangey, because sometimes with cheaper bronzers they can be very orangey and look quite terracotta, but this one is quite a natural looking bronzer, which I like, because then you can just build it up and control how much you've got on your face instead of, oh my goodness, now I look orange. So I'm just repeating on the other side. So guys, for blusher, I'm going to use that Glow palette again, and I'm going to go in with this first shade, which is a lighter pink blush. Again, this is a first impressions, and I'm going to go with a Morphe E4 brush. I want to go for this paler one because I think this one might be a bit too much on my pale skin. So let's see how that goes on. So yeah, that is lovely. That is a soft, subtle blush. And let's repeat on the other side, bringing it on the apples of the cheek and then pulling up. So that's nice, because sometimes when you're really pale you can end up having blushes that are like, whoa, too much. So because that is very subtle, I'm going to go in with a little bit, and also since it's first impressions I kind of want to show you guys what this other one looks like. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that stronger blush on that same Morphe E4 brush, and we're just going to go on the apples of the cheek and give a little bit more drama to the blush. Yeah, that's nice. That's actually not too, it's definitely, I've gone with a light hand with that stronger one because I didn't want to be like, whoa, pink cheeks. But yeah, that's nice with a light hand. That's actually a lovely blush colour, so liking that and impressed because for £7 you get 2 blushes, a bronzer and a highlight. So I'm going to use my tapered Sigma F35 brush for highlight. Okay, let's see how this goes on. This is looking like, let's see what it swatches. Oh, okay guys, just swatching this. Okay, that's quite a, wow, okay, so there it is on the hand. It's quite a choppy consistency, whereas these were all very smooth and didn't go choppy on the skin, but this highlighter feels like it's very subtle. It's a very subtle highlight and it's a little bit more dry and chalky, so we'll see how that goes on the skin, but it's not feeling the same consistency as the blushes and bronzers. So I'll just take that on the high points of the cheek. Wow, there's a lot of product fallout with that highlight, but it's not glittery, which is good. It's just shimmery, so it's a very subtle sheen, very soft look of the highlight. So for eyes, I'm going to use the LA Girls Eyeshadow Collection Nudes palette, and it looks like this. This is just called Nudes because they do have other palettes, but I wanted to pick the eyeshadow palettes with nudes because, you know guys, anyone who's watched my videos do love nudie eyes and warm tones on the eyes. So again, this comes with this is a first impressions for this as well. So this has a little mirror up here. It's actually an okay quality mirror, it's just a little bit of an awkward shape as it's quite thin. For colours, we've got a nice, these are actually really like a lot of rose golds and pinkies. They're very sort of, yeah, pinky neutrals rather than like cool tone neutrals. They're very pinky, yeah, very pinky neutrals, and there's a very light one which will be good for highlighting, and there's some deeper purple colours. So there's a couple of mattes, yeah, 1, 2, 3 mattes, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shimmers. So I'm gonna take my Sigma Taper Blending E40 brush like this, and I'm gonna start off with this number 2 matte sort of pinky shade to be my transition colour, as I like using mattes for transition. So let's see how that goes on. Okay, that's a nice sort of pinky transition colour, which is going to be nice. I think from looking at this palette, we're going to be doing a sort of pinky rose goldy purpley eye, because all of them are sort of pinky purple nudes. Okay, so I'm liking the pigment on that, and actually that shade's blended out quite easy, which I like. So I'm going to go in with that fourth one across, which is like a darker matte shade. It's still sort of a purpley pinky shade, and I'm going to put that in the crease but keeping it more concentrated on the outer corner so that we can get a little bit of a smoky eye. Those mattes are actually blending out quite easy and not being choppy and chalky, which is good, because I was a bit worried after that highlight shade was quite chalky that the eyeshadows might be chalky too, but these are actually blending out quite easy, which is good. For next colour up, I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is sort of 2, 4, 6, 7 across. It's like a nice, just watch it, it's like a nice goldy shade. I'm going to take that on a Sephora shader brush number 15. I'm going to put this all over the eyelid, and that is nice. That is a nice sort of, it's not too intense. It's quite a subtle shimmer, and it's like a pinky shimmery shadow as well, so let's just put that on the lid. Then with my Morphe M433 brush, I'm going to go in with this 1, 2, 3 across, which is sort of a purpley shimmer colour, but it's not like super dark purple, it's like a medium purple, and I'm going to just put that in the very outer corner crease area just to smoke it up a little bit more. And then on the lower lash line, I'm going to take a Morphe E18 brush, and I'm going to go in with that third one across, which is that sort of quite medium purple shimmer colour, and we're going to put that on the lower lash line to give a little bit of dimension to the lower lashes and just tie in the overall eye look. And then for lining the lower lashes, I'm going to go in with that number 2 shade, which is like a dark purple, and I'm going to take this flat definer brush, and we are just going to put that along the waterline so that we're giving a little bit of a stronger eye definition. And I'm not going to bring that all the way across, I'm just going to take that sort of halfway across from the outer corner and then just blending it so that it's nice and smooth. To balance out the lower lashes, I'm going to go in with a little bit of that darker purple on that M433 brush, just on the outer corners, so that we are getting that sort of same shades on the top and the bottom. So for the brow bone, I'm going to go with that first very light matte shade, which is a nice sort of vanilla shade, and I'm going to put that on the brow bone just to act as a highlight, and that is nice. It's not like shimmery, so it's just creating a bit of natural lift. And for the inner corner, I'm just going to use a little bit of that to lighten that up, that same light shade, and then I'm going to go in with, I think, this third one across, which is like a light pink, again on the inner corner, just to give a little bit of shimmer in the inner corner, which I like. So guys, for eyes, the eyeshadow is now done. I'm going to go in with eyeliner, and I'm going to use LA Girl Fine Line Long Lasting Fine Tip Liquid Liner in shade Black. and it looks like this, and it's £4. This is the first time I'm using it, so we will see how it works. So it's got a very fine tip, which is looking good. That'll be, hopefully it's a nice black so that we can actually create a nice wing liner. So guys, this is the eyeliner done. It was a really nice fine tip, and actually the liquid pigment came out really easy, so you didn't have to press too hard and drag, which sometimes cheaper eyeliners do that. It's not like the blackest of blacks, it's more like a black, but not like black, if that makes sense. So it's definitely not the blackest eyeliner I've ever had, but it is definitely black, and I actually really liked it. It was very easy, it glided. The only thing I would say is if I could get this it is in shade black, but if they came out with the blackest of black or something, and it was like even blacker, because I do like my black liner really black. So guys, for mascara I'm going to go in with LA Girl Mega mascara, and it looks like this in shade black, and this is £4. And this is, I like the little detailing here, it looks like little diamonds, but it is flat, but it's kind of cute. Or maybe it is little diamonds, I'm not sure. This is my first time using this, so first impressions. The brush looks like a nice shape. Hopefully it'll get volume and define my lashes. So guys, I have finished the mascara. I did my brows with the LA Girl Shady Slim, and I used shade Medium Brown, and it's got a nice little spoolie and a really nice fine little tip, which is really great. This was my first time using the LA Girl brow pencil, really liked it. And then for lips I used glazed lip paint in super intense colour, extra glossy finish, and this is in shade Elude, and it looks like this, and this was £4. The eyebrow pencil was £5, and the mascara, like I said, was £4. So the mascara wasn't super amazing, it was quite a dry formula. It was hard to actually get volume, but if you like quite a natural look lash, you would like it. But for me, I like more volume and more sort of thickness. It gave a little bit of volume, but not like that much. So not super impressed with that. The brow pencil, oh my goodness, super love it. It's a lovely shade, really high pigmented, really creamy, and glides on really easy. Really good, absolutely love this, and actually reminds me of a cheaper version of Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. This glaze is really lovely. It's got, I think it's got, it's sort of got like a pepperminty feel to it, and because it's got the gloss, it actually feels quite moisturising on the lips, so I really like it. And I like that it's a gloss, but it's got high pigment, so it actually, you don't need to put a lip colour and then a gloss on top. You can actually just put this as one. And in this winter months, when I've got very dry lips from all the cold and the air like heating on, this is really, I can feel this moisturising my lips as I put it on. So first impressions, really impressed, and actually this comes in other shades, and I would really, I'm pretty sure I would actually go out and buy more of these in other colours. So that is the full face of LA Girl products. As you've been watching, you'll see that some of them I really liked and some of them were a little bit of misses. I hope you liked this video. Do leave me a comment below if there's any LA Girl products are your favourites, or yeah, what you thought of this video. And thanks for watching, and do subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you liked this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!